Last week it was the end of the regular season. But the beginning of a new era. Team Carbon, led by new addition Ghost Yami, shut down Final Boss. Claiming their first ever MLG crown and shattering Final Boss's dream of a perfect season. This week, the world's greatest gamers are taking their skills to the Big Apple for the 2006 Boost Mobile MLG Pro Circuit Playoffs. 7 teams are already locked for the MLG National Championship in Las Vegas. Only one spot remains. Plus, Carbon has done it once. Can they repeat as champs and confirm there's a new dynasty atop MLG? The Pro Circuit Playoffs begin right now.
Show me the way. Only the strongest will survive. Lead me to heaven when we die. I am a shadow on the wall. I'll be the one to save us all.
Welcome to the Boost Mobile MLG Pro Circuit, coming at you from New York City at the Javits Center, one of the biggest buildings in town and one of the biggest events of the year for Major League Gaming. We're in week 6 now of the season, and as the tournament's set to get underway, the media is in full force, clamoring to hear from the world's best Halo 2 gamers. There's one of them, Walshy. Nice kicks there, buddy. I guess when you're in the #1 team in the world, you get your own shoes. There's Xena. She's one of the top female professional gamers in the world. And there are Ghost Yami and Gandhi from #2 Carbon, coming off their first victory of the MLG Pro Circuit, and the media has taken notice. At the same time, some of the other pros, such as T-Squared and Straight Rippin', are giving something back to the fans, taking on all challengers in a friendly game of Halo in the Boost Mobile booth, and also offering some tips and tricks that have taken them to the top of the MLG. Now, the regular season is over, but the fun is just beginning. We are officially into the playoffs now. Let's take a look at how that works. 8 teams are going to make the flight out to Las Vegas for the National Championship next week. 7 of them are all locked in. Look at the top 7. These are the best Halo 2 teams in the world. A #8 seed will be added to the Elite this weekend in New York. I'm here with our gaming guru, Sundance Giovanni, and look into your crystal ball for me. Who do you think is going to be that 8th team?
Well, again, I have to say it's between FBI and Vanity Gaming, and I'm going to give it to FBI just based on skill and maturity.
Final Boss, pretty much the undisputed #1 team until they lost to Carbon in the regular season finale.
Yeah, that was a huge shock. I don't think anybody expected to see that so soon. We knew Carbon had the talent, they had the coach, and then with the addition of Ghost Yami, that helped put them over the top.
Yesterday, I had a chance to sit down with Team Carbon and talk to them about bringing in Ghost and beating Final Boss.
Right.
Before Orlando, we practiced every day. We were like so serious about beating FB because we wanted to be the ones to dethrone them.
Was it a difficult transition because you guys had been playing with Strong Side before Orlando, and there wasn't a lot of time in between? Was it a natural fit?
It definitely was a natural fit. It just kind of seemed to fit with our team. We were all on the same page. And then from there, we actually made new strategies and played better.
Ghost, going into Orlando, how confident were you in Carbon as a team?
I've been on a top 6 team, top 4 team basically my entire career, and coming on to a top 3 team, I envy my team still. I still look up to them, and I look up to Karma and Gandhi and Shockwave. I look up to all of them still, so it's just kind of insane. It was such a privilege for me, basically.
Do you feel any extra pressure because you've looked up to these guys for so long?
I definitely felt a lot of pressure going into it because, everyone's saying, oh, they're going to do worse. It was a terrible decision dropping Strong Side for Ghost.
Oh, exchanging melees there with Ogre 1. Ghost stuck his leg.
And that's what I'm talking about right there. Doesn't back down from an Ogre, one of the few people in the league who shows no fear.
You got to pull a couple clutch plays here and there, and hopefully win the tournament.
Couple? I think some people would say that you were the difference in some of those matches.
If they want to say that, then sure. But Gandhi was also the difference in a couple.
For a first tournament, you guys performed amazingly well with that lineup, but at what point in Orlando did you realize that you had a shot?
The point where we really felt confident was the first game against Final Boss. Warlock CTF, crushed them 5-1.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. That's what.
And then after that, our confidence skyrocketed and we just built off of it.
Is this group right here the right group to maintain, to win the playoffs and then the championship? Do you have the maturity and the focus?
I think we do. I think all of us really want to practice hard. Even though Eric's in college, Ben's taking a year off, and me and Scott are still in high school, it's still a relatively easy schedule to get practice in or go to each other's houses to play.
Plus, we all want to win more than anything. Like
In the world.
yeah, like compared to like from us, like we really want to prove something from like going out second round, going out third round. We want to prove that we're not like that.
And now winning, we want to keep winning.
What's your advice as a team captain who's, you're going to have thousands of kids sitting at home saying, wow, Gandhi, Karma, Ghost, Shockwave, these guys are my idols, to these kids who just, they play, they love playing, but the mix, maybe the friendship thing and the competitiveness thing, it doesn't work out. But how do you get those two mixes right?
Personally, I think you should maintain friendships in the game, especially if the player's almost the same level as you or the same level as you. And that's just because practice can make perfect. If you guys practice enough, you'll all keep going up in a skill level, and that's just the best, to have a bunch of friends the same skill level at a high level of play.
The thing that really surprised me the most, and it was kind of gratifying, was to see the maturity that Carbon has suddenly found with Ghost Ayami coming into the mix. We've watched these guys play for years and watched them kind of grow up, but to see them get to a point where they're taking the tournament seriously and their approach seriously, it's a nice thing to see.
And they're high schoolers, and you're calling them mature.
For Carbon, you've seen how their antics have gotten in the way before. This is new for them, and I really think that they might go on a run.
Later on, we're going to talk to Final Boss about how they felt about that crushing loss. But first, let's break down how the MLG Pro Circuit Playoffs works. For 3 days, some 1,200 gamers will compete in the Open and Level 1 Halo 2 tournament, where the winning team will be awarded the final number 8 spot in the Las Vegas Championships. Following that, the Level 2 playoffs will commence, where teams will battle for triple the prize purse and to solidify the seedings for the MLG Championships in Vegas. As always, the tournament is double elimination, so you lose once, you fall from the winner's bracket to the loser's bracket. Lose twice, you go home. Following 2 days of intense battling, 8th-ranked Vanity Gaming and 9th-ranked FBI Gamer Graphics survived on the near 200-team field to meet up on the main stage for the Level 1 championship match. In the match, FBI Gamer Graphics' overwhelming slaying
Killing spree.
kept Vanity Gaming at bay. Unable to hold on to the power weapons and gain map control, Vanity Gaming was helpless the entire match. In the end, FBI Gamer Graphics walked away with a 6-1 victory, earning themselves the final spot in MLG's National Championships. Made up of a bunch of kids from Detroit, these guys almost didn't make it to the playoffs because of a lack of funding and sponsorship. But they battled through a difficult season, and they're still here.
It basically made our whole season. If we wouldn't have made it to Vegas, it would have all been pretty much a waste.
FBI's win solidified the 8 teams going to the championships in Las Vegas. They also moved into the Level 2 bracket, where those same 8 teams are battling it out for the New York Playoff Championship and $30,000. Now, the bad news for FBI Gamer Graphics, as the number 8 seed, they draw the world champions, Final Boss, in the opening bracket. And Final Boss is ornery. They lost last week to Orlando, so rounds 1 and 2 of these playoffs, they went off.
Flag return.
Nice.
Fueling a quick death for their opponents, they dominated FBI Gamer Graphics 3-0 and then pummeled Legends by the exact same score. The win sent Final Boss to the winner's bracket final, where they were hoping to settle the score with Carbon.
We are ready to prove that Orlando was a fluke.
Now, Final Boss's dream of a rematch hinged on the success of Team Carbon, and they did not disappoint. Looking even more impressive than last week, Team Carbon punished Shook One Gaming in round 1, 3-0 there, and then destroyed Storm Ventures in round 2, sending them to the winner's bracket final and setting up a match that could change the landscape of the Halo world.
The Boost Mobile Major League Gaming Pro Circuit. Powered by Xbox.
All season, Final Boss had been the top team in the land. Well, last week in Orlando, that all changed. In the championship match, Team Carbon, with the new addition of Ghost Yami, fought hard and beat the defending champs 6 games to 4. Now with the chink in the armor, what will that mean for this team of 4 who hadn't lost a match in over a year? Well, Sundance sat down with Final Boss, talked about the loss and how to turn things around for the tournament in New York.
The word on the street was that maybe you weren't as prepared or you came in a little overconfident. Do you think that's accurate?
I don't know, like we just didn't have the intensity we wanted. Like the first series we went in, we just expected, like we said before, like we expected teams to roll over for us. And they came out fighting.
Let's start doing this. We're not losing!
They went in thinking they could win it, and they pulled it off.
We're gonna win.
God! It
definitely fuels us a little bit whenever we lose to come back and try a little bit harder the next event.
I don't know, like, I don't even like talking about it. Like, how'd you do last event? I'm like, it didn't go so well, we lost. I don't say we got second, I say we lost.
I say we lost too.
Carbon's always giving you a bit of a challenge because they're a running gun. They're a little bit of a chaotic style at times. Do you feel like Ghost was just a variable that you weren't prepared for, or was it that you just weren't on your A game?
Yeah, definitely a little bit of both, but I also look at Carbon. You look at them, they're a really streaky team. We can go to a match against them and they could play their hearts out and they could take us to the 11th game. And there's other times where they could just be off completely. They could just get swept, so it's really hard to know what to expect from them.
How important do you think it is to win that first game when you do face up with them?
That's what they did against us. Like Warlock CTF, they beat us 5-1. They made a huge statement right off the bat, and then we're like, okay.
Got him. Grab it. Get
out of here with your lucky ball!
That's what I'm talking about.
If you're both going into it and you're at the top of your game and they're at the top of their game, who wins?
Well, us. I mean, we were definitely not at the top of our game, and they were playing the best they had played in quite some time, and still a very close series. So,
would you be all right losing this event if the 10 turn around and dominated in the championship, or is your goal just to sweep the rest of the season?
My goal is to sweep the rest of the season. Yeah, I don't like losing at all.
After both Final Boss and Carbon steamrolled through the first 2 rounds, neither team losing a single game, they had something to prove in the winner's bracket finals.
Come on!
In the match, Final Boss would have the first say.
I hope that's down to us!
In games 1 and 2, Final Boss played like the unbeatable force they were once thought to be, with the Ogre twins piling up huge numbers.
Nice!
And team captain Walshy stepping up like the leader of old.
Stop me!
Final Boss enacted some ridiculous revenge.
Are you serious?
And jumped out to an early 2-0 lead in the best-of-5 series. However, Team Carbon wouldn't go away quietly.
I got him.
In Game 3, despite constantly fighting from behind in team ball lockout, Carbon eventually seized control of the sniper tower and ran away with the much-needed victory.
Yes! Yeah!
But in Game 4, Final Boss put the punctuation on a dominating performance.
All for Dad! That's the game!
As they beat Carbon yet again and walked away with a 3-1 victory.
Yeah! Come on!
You don't ever want to overlook a series like a loser's bracket finals match, but our eyes are set on Final Boss in the finals.
The loss sent Team Carbon to the loser's bracket finals, where they wasted no time in sending straight ripping home to the tune of a 3-0 victory. When we return, pride and pay dirt are on the line as Final Boss and Team Carbon battle for $30,000. After going through the regular season undefeated, Karma's free-for-all dominance continued in the New York playoffs as he walked away with his 6th consecutive FFA championship. More MLG actions on the way. At the end of a 3-day playoff filled with fun, excitement, and some disappointment, everyone crowded around the main stage to watch the much-anticipated rematch between #1 Final Boss and #2 Carbon.
Lock it up.
Yeah! After destroying Carbon in the winner's bracket finals, Final Boss entered the championship match up 3-1 and opened the first game with a ton of confidence.
Got him down!
Walshy and Ogre 2 simply outgunned Carbon.
Oh! No. Nice, one more!
Final Boss won the game 50-40.
Game!
and was 2 more wins away from the national championship title.
2 more games, 30 grand.
Down 4-1 in the championship match, Carbon was showing signs of fatigue and surrender.
Sometimes when our team is losing, it just snowballs into this awful chain of events, and just certain things start falling out of place. We need to make sure we're playing our game rather than trying to play their game. Stay calm.
Don't worry, guys.
And stay to our original plan.
Let's keep it going, guys.
We're not losing.
With encouragement from team leader Shockwave, Carbon found its focus and determination in the second game of the championship match.
Nice.
With Ghost applying constant pressure and Gandhi and Karma scoring,
Oh, come on!
Carbon owned Final Boss on Capture the Flag Warlock.
Just get you!
And won the game 5-0. Building on renewed confidence and energy to start Game 3, Carbon went after the 2 best players in the game.
What is that?
With the Ogres rendered completely useless, Final Boss had no answer for Karma. His amazing sniping led to 19 kills. And Carbon had 2 wins in a row. In Game 4, Shockwave harnessed his team's momentum and punished every Final Boss player he could find. The Ogres were back in form and kept the game close. But Karma and Shockwave were just too much. The captain led his team to victory and polished off a great comeback to even up the match.
We're not done. It's tied.
Final Boss with a 3-game advantage gone was in a bit of a shock.
What? Hey.
But as the reigning world champs, this team does not give up.
We refuse to lose. Even if we lose a couple games in the championship, we just try to sit tight and stay to our strategy. It gets clutch time, no room for errors, do or die sort of thing.
Go!
With the pressure at an all-time high, it was do or die for Final Boss in the pivotal Game 5. The Ogres opened the game destroying, and Final Boss got pumped up and on the board early. Carbon, behind Gandhi's pinpoint sniping, managed to score and force a sudden death overtime. But this game was a testament to Final Boss's will to win. The Ogres' long-range shooting allowed Walshy to score the final flag as the champs pulled out the victory.
Go!
Now at 5-4, Final Boss had stopped Carbon's momentum and was only 1 game away from $30,000 and the championship title. Can Final Boss capitalize and take home the championship? Or could it be another Carbon comeback? The championship match continues. Keep it live.
Hey guys, I'm Ghostiami from Team Carbon, and here's a trick on how to get a hold of rockets on Beaver Creek. The rockets are one of the most powerful weapons to control. However, controlling them from the blue base can be very tough. What you want to do is you want to position yourself at the bottom of the left ramp inside the base located by the battle rifle spawn. Then you want to look up and shoot out the glass. After you've shot out the glass, zoom in by pressing the right joystick and look through the window at the brightest star. Just down and to the right are 2 smaller stars. Put the center of your reticle in between these 2 stars and press L to throw a grenade. Next, make sure you get out of the base as fast as possible and grab those rockets. Hold on to them for the rest of the game.
More MLG action is on the way. This is the Boost Mobile MLG Pro Circuit Playoffs, and here on the main stage, we are ready for Game 6 of the championship match between Final Boss and Carbon. Final Boss leads the series 5-4 and is 1 win away from $30,000 and reclaiming their title as champions of Halo 2.
Yeah, and that right there is Final Boss, the best team in the game the last 1.5 years or so running. These guys have the mental toughness, the individual skill, and the teamwork that just makes them untouchable. And until recently, they really haven't even been challenged.
And the team that's challenging them now, Carbon, they seem to believe that they can beat Final Boss. They took 3 in a row here in the championship match.
Absolutely. I think that's the key, is that they expect to win now. In the past, we've talked about their mental toughness and the fact that they put themselves in these deep holes. Now, they're in another hole right here, having to win 2 in a row, but knowing that you've played Final Boss in this next game type, TS on midship, and beaten them before, that's got to help them. 2 in a row, 30 grand in their pockets. These guys have their eyes on that prize. The big question is sticking to the game plan. Can you do that when your backs are against the wall? Can Final Boss finally close the door on them and silence some of the critics who are saying that they're not playing their A game?
Look at this, they look loose. Carbon's a bunch of teenagers going against the top team in the land, they look loose.
I'll tell you what, Carbon feels like they have nothing to lose. Everything in the game, $30,000, the rights to call themselves the best.
As Sundance mentioned, Game 6 of the championship match is Team Slayer on midship. The objective of Team Slayer is simple, it's to kill. First team to reach 50 kills gets the win. Now, midship is a small symmetrical map with 4 areas. There's blue base, there's carbine side, red base, and the pink tower. Now, there's one power weapon on this map, it's the sword. Controlling the pink tower is key. Look for teams to try and establish control of the pink side with double teams and solid teamwork. In this match, final boss is the red team. Carbon is decked in blue. Here we go. We start out on board with Ogre 1.
All right, so final boss now spawns on carbine side. They're going to make their way towards the pink tower.
See him putting shots on Shockwave, also on Karma, but no kills yet. He drops him to the base, and Ogre 1 is down. Carbon up 4-1. Slow start for Ogre 1.
Again, he's going to try and make his way over that pink tower because it's so important for their strategy to control the map.
Respawn there under red base for Ogre 1. And he's making his way toward pink tower. As we said, that's important. And oh, look out, Shockwave, he just got beat down.
Okay, now he's going to let his shields recharge here. Smart play, doesn't want to run out. So he's got full shields, still heading up towards pink. Again, pink is so important. You want to be in that tower because you get the ability to shoot down on all of your opponents. Lots of cover.
Ogre 1 puts some shots on Shockwave, and from around the wall, peeks around, gets Gandhi for a double kill.
Great peek shot there, using the wall as cover, just lining up that shot, closing it out. Great job there.
And he took out Ghost Ayami for a killing spree, 5 in a row. Final boss has 9 kills. Ogre 1 has 5 of them.
This is why you need to control pink. He has single-handedly gotten pink back for his team, and they're on a huge run.
Put shots on Ghost Ayami, but can't finish it out. Final boss up 11-9 right now.
Card 3!
Respawn now for Ogre 1.
It's on carbine side again. I guarantee he's going to head over towards pink.
Starts putting shots on Shockwave there, can't finish it off.
Smart play right here. He's going to let his shields come back.
Oh, you heard Gandhi say didn't expect that. He took out Saiyan. Well, Gandhi didn't expect Ogre 1 to come in behind him. He takes out Gandhi and then drops down to let his shields recharge.
All right, right now, all of Final Boss is charging towards pink tower frantically. They know how important it is. They need to get in there. Looks like they're going to get sword, too.
Ogre 1 has the energy sword, and Final Boss has the lead now, 18-13.
Great plasma grenade right there. He laid it on Karma's feet. Double kill with that. Now he's on a killing spree.
Second killing spree of the game for Ogre 1. Now 19-13. They've got pink, and Ogre 1's down.
All right, now we have to take another look at this. This is called using pink tower to perfection. While she's below, distracting the Team Carbon members. You've got Gandhi and Karma focusing on him. Ogre drops a plasma grenade, does an amazing job, takes Karma out for the double kill on that. Again, made possible because you've got Walshy set up below him. So Gandhi and Karma have to focus on Walshy because he's laying fire down on them. Ogre slides right in there, gets the double kill. This is why pink tower is so important when you get it locked down.
Final boss with the lead. Let's climb on board now with the captain of Carbon, Shockwave, who's had a slow game so far. Only 3 kills, and he's in the red base side of Carbine right here. Let's pick it up.
Now, Shockwave normally just goes apes on this map. He loves it, but right now he's having a tough time. He just gets owned again.
Ogre 1's on fire, just BR'd him down. 21-17 final boss with the lead. Respawn for Shockwave, but looking up at pink, you can see Carbon starting to take over that tower.
Looks like they've fought their way back in there.
Now Shockwave is not at Pink Tower yet, being patient, he retreats. Makes another charge now. There's Walshy. And an assassination. Carbon within 2.
Down, bottom middle.
Takes down Ogre 2. That's a double kill. You hear Ghost telling him where the sword is.
This is the Shockwave we're used to seeing on mid.
He's got the power weapon.
This is going to be dangerous for Final Boss if they let him get up there with that power weapon.
Banks a couple grenades off there. One of them contacts with Ogre 1. Tie game. Ogre 2, your meat. Carbon takes the lead. Shockwave's going off.
This is the Shockwave we're used to seeing on midship. He goes ridiculous. Big kills, smart plays like that, going for the easier kill with the sword, dropping down. Can he escape here if he gets his shields back? Remember, he still has sword in his back pocket. All right, now let's look at this again. Really smart play. You may not have caught it. He's got Ogre 2 there across the base. You can put some shots at him, but knowing that Walshy's right there, he turns to the right, pulls out the sword, and it's the end of the day for Walshy. Now he goes down, lets his shields come back. Super smart play by Shockwave. We told you he would go off on this map, and he's starting to.
The end result, a 4-kill lead for Carbon. Let's go back on board with Shockwave.
and he's hunting, and he spots Walshy, puts shots on him, and now it looks like he's anticipating where Walshy's headed. Moves up the ramp. There's Walshy.
Shockwave knows where you're going, Walshy. That's not going to work. Again, Shockwave just seems to run this map. He seems to know where you're going to be before you do.
30-26. What a turnaround for Carbon, and Shockwave at the helm of this comeback.
They got to get the sword out of his pocket, man. He's just running crazy with it right now.
Yeah, he's playing safe now, and the key is Carbon's controlling the power weapons. They've still got a 2-kill lead, and he's making great shots from across the map, assisting on kills with his teammates.
You'll see, of course, this is happening because his team has Pink Tower locked down. Final Boss is spawning on Carbine side or in the bases, and they just can't get in there. And when they do, Shockwave's waiting for him.
Walshy picked out of the air. It's 33-30 now, Carbon. Someone's going to take this guy out.
This is a great run from Shockwave.
Finally gets naded.
That's the end of an amazing run. Let's take a look at this. You watch where he gets these kills, they're all over the map. After he picks up the sword, he's not afraid to use it, obviously, but again, this guy just runs the map going around because his team has Pink Tower locked down. When you've got your team in a position to lay down covering fire and Final Boss is focusing on trying to get them out of the tower, it allows you to run around and really go hunting. And I'll tell you what, there's nobody better at it on this map than Shockwave.
As all this is happening, you wonder, where's the Final Boss, Captain Walshy? Well, he is single-handedly trying to keep this team in it. Let's climb on board with him now. Still a close game. Nice little headshot there, cleaning up Ghost Yami, and just like that, Final Boss within one.
Again, they know they win this game, they get 30 grand in their pockets, and they get to eliminate a lot of the doubt around them as a team and around their performance. But Walshy's definitely looking to step it up.
Nice job there, out BRing Karma. Final Boss only down 2. Walshy gets taken down there by Shockwave. Now he respawns in red base. Takes out Shockwave there at the top of Pink 3. And Final Boss down by 4. Where's the rest of his teammates, by the way?
Right now, Walshy seems to be the only guy making the mad dash.
Gandhi just took him out in a one-on-one. That's rare for someone like Walshy.
Walshy's trying to get him fired up here. He knows they need to make a run right now before this gets out of hand.
Let's climb on board with one of the best slayers in the business, Karma, with Carbon up 40-37.
Great spawn there from Karma, behind 2 of the FinalSs players, takes them both out.
Bottom middle, blue,
Escapes to the bottom of Carbine here.
43-37. Got him. And he BRs Walshy again for the double kill.
Karma's just ridiculous. He was able to stay alive even though he had 2 Final Boss players above him, firing across the map, able to switch his targets incredibly well in that fight.
Just dodged a grenade from Walshy and beat him down. It's 47-38. Putting shots across the map there on Sane and Ogre 2. And it's 48-38. Takes down Walshy. That's 49. 1 kill away from going to a deciding match, and Carbon cleans it up.
That's amazing. 1 game, $30,000. That's what they needed to do right there. Final Boss has got to be down on themselves, or Carbon's riding high. Look at this. All the pressure sitting on their shoulders right there. Final Boss not delivering in that game. They had a chance to close it out. Couldn't do it.
They're tied at 5 apiece. Here's how the final play went from the perspective of Gandhi.
They just ended it there. Really good job of getting Pink Tower. Once they knew they had a big lead, they rushed out, won by 11, so they weren't really in danger. They just needed a few more kills. They're pumped up.
They are pumped up. They're going to the final round. They look like a bunch of prize fighters, and they're psyched. Final Boss on the other side, looking a little timid, looking a little upset.
That's the 2 extremes. Gandhi loose and easy. Ogre's maybe feeling a little bit of pressure here. The team trying to keep it together, but I'll tell you what, I would not want to be sitting there with all that pressure on my back. So I'm not supposed to lose. I just had a chance to put it away, couldn't do it. Carbon is riding high right now.
And looking at the stats, Shockwave and Gandhi both with double-doubles. Ogre 2 disappears 8 and 14. And we are headed to a decisive Game 7 of the New York playoffs. One of these teams going away with 30 grand.
Next time, the finals, 8 teams, 100 grand on the line, the MLG Pro Circuit Championships from Las Vegas.
Welcome back to the Boost Mobile MLG Pro Circuit Playoffs. It's the championship match. We've got a tied series, and this is it. This is the decisive game, all or nothing, right here. Final Boss and Team Carbon, Sundance.
This is just amazing. This is what we've been waiting for. 1 game, 30 grand, Final Boss, Carbon. 2 best teams in the league by far right now. Final Boss, step up right here. We're gonna see if they got the championship heart inside them. And then Carbon proving everybody they're not a fluke. They can actually hang with Final Boss.
Come on. Do this. Do this. Lock it up. The final game of the championship match is Team Slayer on Beaver Creek. And in Team Slayer, the first team to reach 50 kills gets the win. Now, Beaver Creek is massive and features 2 power weapons, the sniper rifle located in the cliffs, and the rocket launcher on top of the rocket arch. There's also one power-up, it's the overshield, and that's located below the sniper rifle in the creek. Now, the overshield gives a player 3 times the strength of a normal shield. Beaver Creek also features a teleporter on the back of each base, which instantly transports players from one side of the map to the other. No doubt whichever team can control these items will be primed for victory and the championship here in New York. In this match, final boss, the #1 team is the red team. Carbon is decked in blue, and here we go for all the marbles here in the Big Apple. We start out on board with Gandhi spawning inside the base.
Just nade this crap. Again, it's a mad dash to get that overshield, sniper, and rocket.
In the break. I got one. Just picked off an injured Saiyan there for Carbon's first kill of the game. Tries to nade Ogre 2.
Yeah, back red.
Can't quite connect.
Right there gets pitched by Ogre 1. He got forced into Ogre 1 shots by Ogre 2 on top of the base.
Respawn now for Gandhi.
Scott, go Rockets. Scott, go Rockets.
You just heard Ghost say, Scott, go Rockets. Great communication.
Ghost is going to cover him as he works his way up there. Again, if they can get the rockets, lock down the middle of the map, it gives them an opportunity to force Final Boss to fight for those power weapons.
That was key. He took out Ogre 1 to make his way up here unscathed. There's the rockets, and Gandhi is in business because rockets are fun.
Rockets are great. Lots of splash damage, easy kills like that.
Ogre 2 done, Ogre 1 done, easy double kill. Now engaging Saiyan, but Saiyan snipes and BRs him, knocks Gandhi off the rocket arch, but they're up 7-4.
Good play there by Saiyan, but again, Gandhi getting those rockets is huge. They've got the middle of the map locked right here.
His individual plays amazing. A double kill there on Ogre 2 and Saiyan.
Oh, triple, he's on fire.
Kill on Ogre 1. Walshy making a run for the overshield. He slows him down. Gandhi gets knocked out, but he just made a huge play for his teammate.
Gandhi taking Walshy out right there, allowed Shockwave to get the OS. Carbon has had the first 2 overshields. That's huge for them.
And they've got a 5-point lead, and Ghost has the sniper.
I was sick.
Sick headshot there. And another Saiyan, 13-6 now. Ghost's accuracy is uncanny.
Ghost is doing a phenomenal job right now, putting shots on Saiyan after that. He didn't finish him off yet.
I hit him with a nade, Red.
Oh, but he did there.
That's what I'm talking about, Eric.
Gandhi's talking about this right here. If you think you're good with the sniper, I want you to do this. Go home and try these shots. But most importantly, look at this last one right here. Saying in the air, through the air, gets him in the head. That's just ridiculous accuracy.
And he looks locked in. Let's climb back on board with Ghost Ayami, who last week when he joined Carbon kind of had that, oh shucks, I'm just happy to be here attitude. This week, he's the man.
Ghost is stepping it up. This is what we knew. The guys who have followed him, we knew he was capable of this. He just didn't have an opportunity to be on a team where he could really shine. Right now, you see, okay, he's on top of the base. He's locking it down. He's doing what you're supposed to do with that sniper rifle. He's keeping Final Boss off of position so they can't make a run for power weapons or the overshield.
Ghost avoids Walshy's rocket. Carbon up by 6. Saiyan making a move for the overshield. Get hit in the ankle and then naded by Ghost. No overshield for Saiyan.
Keeping Saiyan off the overshield, and then Walshy for the killing spree, protecting the overshield. This is huge.
And Ogre 1 for the double kill, and he's got the overshield.
That's the 3rd overshield in a row. Final Boss has not gotten one yet. Terrific clutch play by Ghost right there.
19-11, Carbon with the lead. Ghost putting on a clinic.
One shot, back
just drops Ogre 1 behind the base. Ogre 2 ports, Ogre 1 back out. Ghost gets him with the carbine. It's 20-12 now.
This is big. They're on a run right here. And again, they've been controlling the map and the power weapons.
Top back red, Scott.
Oh, finally the run ends for Ghost, but standing ovation for that man.
This is just a phenomenal run. Let's look at this grenade as well to end it here. He gets Saiyan with that, gets Walshy on the way down, so he gets that OS, drops the snipe, so it's on respawn. Not done though. He gets the Ogre, moves to the back of the base, gets him again, and then finally, Saiyan has an answer for him. Terrific, terrific job there by Ghost Ayami, showing that he deserves to be on this team and he is one of the best in the world.
Carbon with an early commanding lead. Let's see how the champs respond. Final boss trying to do something. We're going to climb on board with the captain, Walshy. It's 20-14.
Walshy's trying to get his team together. He's playing aggressively. He's out there in the mix. Right now, we're not seeing a lot from his teammates, though. They need to step it up as a team.
21-15 now. There's Karma. Walshy's going to take him out in front of blue. 21-16 now.
Great communication from Walshy. You got to let your teammates know where you're seeing your enemy, where your opponents are setting up.
Gandhi taken out there in front of blue. A
Nice
double kill there
kill.
for Walshy on Karma.
And he's in great position, gets the overshield. Super smart play by Walshy right there.
All right, so 24-18. He's got to make something happen here with the overshield. But Carbon teaming up on him there.
Oh, 3-on-1, not fair. You want to make an overshield go away, this is how you do it. 3-on-1. Again, we said it's 3 times the normal shield, but when you're in the middle of a crossfire like that, there's not much hope. Ghost finally takes him out, but again, Walshy doing a good job trying to get his team fired up.
Unable to record a single kill with that overshield. Let's climb on board now with Ogre 1. He's in front of red base.
Sniper's one shot.
And he takes out Shockwave from the sniper perch. That's a nice move.
All right, now watch, he's moving over rocket side. Let's see if he heads up. If they can get their hands on some rockets, that's a possibility to get some quick kills there.
Long distance from Shockwave, though. Cannot finish the kill there.
But just as importantly, he pushes Shockwave off, gets the rockets. Great kill right there on Karma with the rockets. Again, you got an Ogre with the rockets. That can be a scary thing.
Drops off the arch, and now he's back on top. Final boss within 4. This game is not over. It looked like it was a blowout early on.
No, you can never count Final Boss out. They're just too good. Now that they've got rockets, they can get themselves set up and try and get the overshield and snipe, which is what they need to do to go on a run.
Now, Ogre 1 roaming a little bit with the rocket now. Why is he on the move so much?
Again, he's trying to hold down the map until the other items respond. You see, there's OS.
Oh,
works
takes
out
out
for him.
Shockwave inches away from the overshield. That's a key defensive play by Ogre 1, and final boss is within 3.
Back to blue's weak.
And now he drops into blue base, takes out Karma, and you got a killing spree, Ogre 1. Final boss within 2.
Ogre 1 definitely doing his part right here with those rockets. All right, now you see he just dropped those empty rockets, putting them on respawn, which means his teammates will be covering that arch, waiting for the new rockets fully loaded to respawn on top of the arch.
27-29, hanging out by the port. Dropping a grenade there in case anyone ports through. Ogre 1 playing kind of passive though right now.
They seem to be waiting a little bit to get set up. Now you see he got that shotgun, expecting maybe a little up-close battle here.
Ports to the other side of the map. There's Karma. Oh, how you doing? Shotgun to the face. Final boss within 1.
Snipe, he's in snipe. In snipe ramp. Come on, pick it up. It's not over. We got this.
See Ogre calling out to somebody in snipe ramp.
Who happens to be Ghost Yami. We saw what he could do with a sniper before. This is trouble for final boss.
Gets Walshy there, who was waiting on that OS.
And as a result, the overshield wide open in the creek, and Ghost has got it again.
That's huge. He's got snipe, he's got overshield, so he's got those boosted shields. And more importantly, he kept final boss off of it yet again. They just cannot get the overshield.
So Carbon with a 3-kill lead. Ghost has the overshield and the sniper rifle. Chance to do some damage now and widen that lead out.
Yeah, this is exactly what we saw him do before, using it so well, getting Walshy off the arch there. Ghost definitely doing his part, laying down the cover fire with that sniper, not letting final boss get set up at all. He's heading his way back up to that snipe tower.
Two blade low arch.
Engages with Ogre 1, puts shots on him. It's 37-33 now. Headshot to Walshy, 38-33 Carbon.
All right, now Ghost is set up right here. He's on top of sniper, watching rocket arch and protecting OS. If anybody makes a run for those, he's in great position.
Spot Sane across the map, missed it, but got a no-scope on his second shot, finally taken out, but that was amazing.
This is nasty. This is a game changer right here. Ghost gets knocked out of the scope by Sane's shots, pulls off a no-scope, no problem. That is just huge by Ghost.
You see the reaction. Let's see if this gets the rest of his teammates pumped up. Let's climb on board now with Karma behind blue base. Oh, dodges the rocket from Ogre 1 and then takes him off the arch. The rockets are gone and he knocks out Ogre 1. Carbon, 9 kills away.
Good setup here. Karma watching blue base for Carbon, not letting any final boss members get back there behind the base.
Picks up a shotgun.
In the creek. Top blue, one shot.
Takes out Ogre 2 now. It's 42-38.
He's got some more BR ammo there.
Oh, he BXRs Ogre 1 for a killing spree and knocks the rocket out of his hands for the second time. And now Karma's got the rocket launcher, and they're 7 kills away. And he uses the rocket launcher, knocks out Walshy.
Great blind shot there.
One shot on the
put some damage on Ogre 2. It's 46-39. Carbon is close to locking this one up.
Carmen now with an empty rocket launcher in his back pocket, knowing that if he drops it, it'll respawn, but he's not going to. He's going to hold on to it. Smart play there. Final Boss can't get fresh rockets.
47-40.
And you see that's smart now because now he's taking shots from on the rocket arch. Final Boss up there looking for it, but it's not there.
2 kills, 30 grand! Come on! Guy by a lot!
Back on board with Karma now. Listen to the chants. Oh, the crowd chanting Carbon. And Karma's got the sniper rifle. Body shot on Saiyan. Cleans him up with a grenade. 49-40. One more kill, and Carbon's got this.
1 kill for 30 grand. I guarantee you they're going to rush out here.
And there it is, number 50. And championship number 2 for Carbon. And look at the frustration and Final Boss. They drop another one to these teenagers, 50-40.
What a phenomenal series. I mean, that is the two extremes right there. You've got Carbon on top of the world and Final Boss feeling like they let an opportunity slip away. They had 2 games to do it, couldn't close it out. What a series. This was amazing.
Final Boss now searching for answers. They've dropped 2 in a row. Here's the final play of the game. What happened? Ogre 2 taken out by the captain. Shockwave chased him down through the creek and ended it with a shotgun. And the play of the game.
Ghost Ayami, huge all game long with this knife, but nothing huger than this. Loses his scope on Saiyan, still takes him out. Huge play by Ghost.
Ghost Ayami went the biggest I've ever seen him in that last Beaver Creek Team Slayer game, and we love him for it right now. Came back all the way, won 3 straight, tied it up, lost 1, tied it up again. But that last game, we all looked at each other. We can do this. We wanted to win. That was the #1 goal, and we pulled it out.
I said we had a lot of games to win, and we did. We came out firing, and we couldn't have played any better.
No kidding. I mean, they won 50-40. This wasn't even a close final game.
I'll tell you what, Carbon showed us a lot in that final series. Not just the fact that they came back and played well, but the fact that they won that way.
Statistically, Ghost was enormous, 15-6, but Saiyan for Final Boss really struggling, 4-15.
Yeah, you know, and that's what happens. You play against a great team like Carbon and you can get taken off of your game. I mean, that's nothing against Saiyan. They just did not have what it took.
The New York City playoffs are all about Team Carbon.
All that matters is the W.
When we come back, we'll hear from the team they beat.
The Boost Mobile Major League Gaming Pro Circuit. Powered by Xbox.
Welcome back to the Boost Mobile MLG Pro Circuit. The New York City playoffs are officially over after Team Carbon defeated Final Boss 6-5 in the championship match. They're taking home $30,000 after an amazing comeback to win the last 5 out of 6 games.
Yeah, that was just huge. I mean, Carbon showed us something we've been waiting to see from them. You know, the maturity, the composure that they had to hold up underneath all that pressure. It's exceptional. They did a phenomenal job at the end to close out that close match.
On the other side, Final Boss taking home $20,000 for their efforts, but Walshy knows his team let one get away.
We had it in our hands, we let it slip away. We just, I don't know, we won the winners bracket finals, we were really intense. They came back and just didn't let hold them back. We got some real competition, and we've been waiting for this, so we'll see them in Vegas.
And we look forward to Vegas. The point standings getting tight. Final Boss still with a slim lead. Carbon with the momentum. Sundance, who do you like in Vegas?
You know, between those two, I think Carbon's riding high right now, but I wouldn't bet against Final Boss. They're just too good. They've been together for too long. And then again, I mean, Straight Rippins in that 3rd spot, they could also challenge, but the team I want to watch out for is Legends. I think they could sneak into that top 3 if they click at the right time. And of course, there's always Storm Ventures.
8 teams invited, only 1 going home with $100,000. Will it be Dangerous Straight Rippin', who was so dominant earlier in the season and who's back in top form? Legends, led by Defy and Strong Side. Exit Wounds, Storm Ventures, Shook One Gaming, and FBI Gamer Graphics. Could any of these teams take the top spot? Or will it be decided in a battle between powerhouses Final Boss and Team Carbon? The young guns are ready. So are the reigning world champions. Who's the best in the world? It's the MLG's National Championship next week.